Intramembranous ossification is the process in which osteoblasts turn into mesenchymal cells or fibrous connective tissue. Within the fetus, it turns into the flat bones of the skull, the mandible or the lower jaw, and the clavicles. Intramembranous ossification is a form of dermal ossification. The term ossification refers to the growing of the bones as a person matures. The dermal part refers to the fact that it takes place in the basal layer of the dermis. These bones that are formed consist of skull bones or cranial bones. Mesenchymal cells are the cells in the background of the picture. These cells make up the starting point for the embryo to grow and develop. Without the presence of mesenchymal cells, the embryo would not develop into what it is today. The mesenchyme contains both stem cells, which create the rest of the embryo, and intertwined between stem cells is a fluid, which houses the strands of proteins. The osteoblasts are the yellow and green cells that you can see surrounding the outside. They are made up of different cells that create bone matter. The blood vessels are the red cells that you can see. During ossification, the blood vessels are crucial so that the bones have the blood supply in order to expand. Without this blood supply, this process could not occur since the essential vitamins and minerals would not be delivered to the bone. The bone matrix is the fluid inside of the osteoblasts. It is found between the different fibers that helps the structure maintain and become more durable. The ossification center consists of the bone matrix and the osteoblasts. The spicules are used to surround bone cells. They are formed when the fibers of the bone matrix become calcified through alkaline phosphatase, which is secreted by the osteoblasts in order to create calcium salts. These are formed using the process of calcification. The bones become harder and more difficult to break. During step 3, the blood vessels begin to branch out, which starts to begin the formation of spongy bone. As the blood vessels continue to spread out throughout the bone, it creates the holes that are seen in the spongy bone. As the blood vessels continue to form osteons around them, it starts to form compact bone. One of the main layers of the compact bone is a periosteum, which consists of a lower layer outside of the bone that makes up the structure and separates the bone from anything outside of it, and the apical layer of the bone that is on top of the bone structure. After this process occurs, it creates the entire flat bone, including the spongy bone and the compact bone. The compact bone is the last step in which the trabeculae thicken within the spongy bone and the osteoids condense in order to form the compact bone around the spongy bone. The medullary cavity houses the bone marrow in between the spaces of the spongy bone. This also allows for bone remodeling, which remodels the gradually growing bone, which gets thicker as a child ages.